So I just left the theater having watched The Conjuring Last Rites, and overall, I thought the film was pretty much what I expected. I thought the film's opening image was a particularly good choice as it leans fairly heavily into the film being based on a true story. It also builds on that by going back into the past in order to present Ed and Lorraine's first case as paranormal investigators, while in the present, relatively speaking, connecting that case with their final outing. And just to drive the point home, the film's final image ties itself to the opening image perfectly, creating both a narratively and structurally symmetrical start and finish. The plot structure, feeling more like a Fichtean curve than your typical Blake Snyder by the Beach style structure, keeps the film moving along as one thing seems to beget the next, and so on. I thought the film's small writing was more than serviceable in this particular outing, with the dialogue feeling both natural and connected between characters. The acting was good, as was expected, especially when you consider the fact that Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga have been making these movies together since 2013. Now, the new guys add to that chemistry as Ben Hardy proved himself capable in the genre here, and Mia Tomlinson was delightfully creepy in her rendition of both the human and possessed versions of Judy Warren. And speaking of the creep factor, I thought the horror elements did their job, the special effects looked fairly decent, and there were more than a few of what I like to call anxiety-ridden moments, if you know what I mean. Now, as for whether or not the film was truly scary, I'll just say that if scary movies are your thing, you'll likely be satisfied with what this film has to offer in that regard. I thought the film might have been a little longer than was necessary, but the pacing was good, so it doesn't hinder the film as much as you might think. The film returns to the classic formula of the first two Conjuring films, which it had abandoned to some degree in The Devil Made Me Do It. The film also has a few fun callbacks to previous films for longtime fans of the franchise, as well as some interesting cameos in the denouement. Now, overall, I give this film a 65%, or a 6.5 if you're thinking IMDb score. I'll openly admit to you guys, I haven't been a horror guy for quite some time, mostly because I just don't think that films that populate the genre are truly scary anymore. But I relatively enjoyed this film. And I think it's rare for a final film in a horror franchise to be able to deliver character development on top of a chilling story that just so happens to create a satisfying ending for its main characters. This film manages to balance all three of those elements, giving a heartfelt farewell to the fans, and in achieving that, this particular horror film has my respect.